Can't you feel my heartbeat fast? I want this to last. Need you by my side. Need you by my side. Need you by my I know I'm out of sight, but am I out of mind? And when I close my eyes, I dream I'll see you in the afterlife.
Here, a statesman.
My friend, a commander. The...
The sting of mania. He did...
He saved my life. He must be freed.
You need me to deal with...
I beg you.
I'm the one for the job.
You're doing me a sup...
Leave it to me. You're not very popular in these parts.
No need to spill any blood today, Miss Theon.
No.
Victory! To the death!
Another strategic weakness in the Spartan camp.
Has he been...
He won't be bothering it.
You kept up your end of the...
Doesn't look like this life is offering you much.
I can't abandon my position to sail with you.
You're always welcome aboard. They won't ask any questions. Let's keep out of sight.
Archers!
I know where you are! I know where you're hiding!
Why don't you just give up?
Baraka, tell me when you spot them. I don't see anyone. Keep searching. We won't let them get away. You! Stop right there! Out! I hope you have employed for the very best.
student of history in general, and Greek history in particular, you could be entirely forgiven for never having heard of the Palace of Knossos at all. But what you probably have heard of is the labyrinth that was built underneath it. You've probably also heard the name of the architect who designed and built the legendary labyrinth underneath the palace. His name was Daedalus. It's possible that you didn't realise Daedalus was the person actually responsible for the construction of the Minoan labyrinth. He's more famously known for the story of flying too close to the sun, along with his son Icarus, but it's all to do with the construction of the labyrinth. You see, so the story goes, the Minoan king, King Minos, ordered the construction of the labyrinth beneath his palace to serve as a sort of prison for his son, the Minotaur. Yeah, that Minotaur, the mythological half-man, half-bull creature. He didn't want the secret of the labyrinth getting out, so he locked Daedalus up in a tower. Daedalus couldn't leave by sea because the Minoan king controlled all of the ports. He couldn't leave by land because Crete's an island. So he started building wings, made them out of the feathers of birds that he captured from the top of the tower in which he was imprisoned. Sticking the feathers together with wax, Daedalus built a pair of wings for himself and his son, Icarus. Yeah, the eagle that accompanies us in the game is named after Daedalus' son. The two of them escaped from the Palace of Knossos by flying over the Mediterranean using these wings. However, Icarus, forgetting his father's warning to not fly too close to the sun, flew too close to the sun. The heat from the sun melted the wax, the feathers fell off, Icarus fell into the sea and drowned. And that is why we still say to this very day that if somebody reaches for something that's outside of their grasp, despite being warned not to do it, that they've flown too close to the sun. Anyway, let's not forget we are actually here on Crete for a reason. We're on the tale of a cultist, Belos, the beast of Sparta, who's a fighter in the Cretan arena. We just don't know where the arena is. Yet.
Only the best warriors rest here. Heroes.
They aren't many.
But they're heroes of the arena. Those who earned an honorable death. The others are buried in unmarked holes far from here. Nobody remembers them. When your time comes, do you think you'll be worthy of the title hero, Misthios?
I'd be more than worthy to rest here, if someone proved strong enough to kill me.
I've heard tales of you and your exploits, Misthios. Impressive, if they're true.
Depends on what you've heard.
I've heard a lot. A warrior adventuring across the land. Sometimes they're half beast, or half god, but always an eagle bearer. Tell me, is any of it true?
There is some truth in the stories, but they're mostly fantasy.
Good answer. I don't care if the stories are true. I can see you have it in you. A capacity for greatness. The potential to be a real hero. I am Maio.
Cassandra.
If you want to truly live Cassandra, to become a hero of the arena, and to win riches beyond your wildest dreams, you'll need to fight in my arena.
Sounds interesting.
Good. Take my boat, and head up the Pefka coast towards the shipwreck and into the mouth of the valley. There, you'll find the entrance to my arena, and Skura, who handles my fighters. If he sees what I see in you, I think he'll have much to be excited about.
Well, that was lucky. It's almost as if we had a quest marker leading us to this very location.
Mayon said to look for shipwrecks.
What we don't have is a quest marker leading us to the exact location of the arena, but Mayon has given us some clues. First, we're going to take the boat that he's very kindly provided for us. We're going to follow the coastline to the east, past all of the shipwrecks, until we reach the inlet, and that kind of looks like it up ahead, where the arena's located. Gotcha. This is it. to be honest, it really wasn't that hard. I mean, it wasn't pinpointed on the map, but Myon did give us directions. And you could just completely by accident wander across this place in the normal course of your exploring the island. Anyway, we need to speak to Skura, who handles all of Myod's fighters.
Do you hear that?
No?
I hear nothing but the wind.
Exactly. Nothing.
Right.
They tell me you could hear the crowds from all the way out here. The thirst never quenched.
Thirst for what?
Combat in the arena, Misthios. Life and death in their purest forms. Love, hate, glory and ruin. All there for the crowds to devour. My name is Skura.
Cassandra, I found a note that mentioned this place. And you. It called for fighters from all over the Greek world.
These walls no longer shake because there are no heroes of the arena left. The crowds don't care about real fighters anymore. They just want blood. But you, Misthios, you could change that. You could make them care. And win riches beyond your wildest dreams, of course. If you were to fight and win.
My blades and I are ready.
Choose your opponent.
Belos the Beast of Sparta, please.
I will spear Velos like a wild animal.
Trying to keep my eye on the money here. Belos is the reason why we're in Crete in the first place. He's a confirmed member of the Cult of Cosmos, and he's next on my hit list. Killing him is going to give me an artifact fragment, a piece of legendary equipment, and a clue as to the location of other members of the Heroes of the Cult subsect. Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of plebs I have to carve my way through before I can actually get to him. So let's get on with a stabbing. There are numerous, how can we put this, environmental hazards in the arena. There are burny bits, there are spiky bits. The arena walls in particular are covered in spikes. Now you can use this to your advantage. You've got somebody backed up against the wall, you give them a good kick, it's going to hurt. Likewise, you can also kick people into the fires. And the arena changes as well. You've got these rotatey, spinny, spiky things. Sometimes rotatey, spinny, burny, spiky things, but not always. There's a big pit in the centre of the arena that sometimes opens up, and you can kick people to their death in that as well. It's all good fun. But remember, if you can do it to them, they can do it to you as well. Ow! Yeah, watch out for the spinny, spiky things. Not quite as bad as the spinny, burny, spiky things, but still pretty bad all the same. And do try not to walk through the fire. Okay. Way through. Come and have a go if you think you're marvelous. Belos, of course, isn't the only fighter that you can face here in the arena. There are 5 champions. Killing each of the arena champions will reward you with pieces of a legendary set called the Pit Fighter set, and it's a very, very nice set. Of course, as you saw when I was picking the opponent I was going to face, not all of the fighters are the same level. Some of them are just too hard, high level at the moment. We're going to have to come back later in order to defeat them. And that, of course, means that the items that you loot from the various different arena champions are going to be leveled appropriate to the level that you were when you defeated them. However, once you reach level 50, you can come back to the arena. And I realise this doesn't make a huge amount of sense, but you can come back to the arena and choose to fight them all again, except at level 50. And when you do that, all of the existing pieces of the legendary Pit Fighter set will be upgraded to level 50 for free. You won't have to spend resources at a blacksmith paying to have them upgraded to maximum level. So that's kind of nice, even if it doesn't make a huge amount of sense, and that you're coming back to the arena to fight and kill people that you've already fought and killed. Because reasons. Look, it's a game, alright, don't argue. One other fairly important thing to note about the arena, I should probably roll and put that fire out. Yes, one other fairly important point to note about the arena is that it's not just you and the arena champions who fight here. I mean, you're a mercenary who's turned up to try their luck in the arena. The other mercenaries in the game, you know, the ones that come after you when you've got a bounty on your head, they can also turn up and try their luck in the arena. So when you're speaking to Skura outside the gate and selecting your opponent, it's worth taking note of which mercenaries, oh, here's the beast himself. But yes, it's worth taking note of exactly which mercenaries are also competing in the arena and maybe checking them out to see what kind of loot they're carrying, because the mercenaries in the game do have some very, very nice gear, some of it legendary, and the only way to get it is by killing them. Now you can go around stabbing people indiscriminately, waiting for a bounty to be posted on your head, and then just hoping that the right mercenary turns up so you can kill them and take their stuff. But that's not entirely legal. Defeating somebody in the arena is. And if the mercenary you're after happens to be here anyway, well, why not give them a good stabbing and take their stuff? Ooh, oh, bugger. Walked into a burning, spinny, spiky thing. That was not particularly smart. Yeah, this guy can't be actually staggered by a kick. He still takes damage from them. We've got him on the ropes. There's no way we're losing this fight. I mean, I'm level 36, he's level 29. Of course, there's no way I'm losing this fight. And he is, in fact, dead. And now, I get to take his stuff. And the thing about the Heroes of the Cult subsect of the Cult of Cosmos is these are the guys that you're going to get the Amazon set from, which basically turns you into Wonder Woman. It's a very, very nice set. Let's have a look at the clue as to the identity of the Sage. Wields a mace. He's a very strong man, and is also apparently level 50, so we're not going to be fighting him anytime soon. Now that Amazon set, as well as looking very nice, also has a very nice set bonus associated with it.
You must have done well in there.
Did you not see?
I haven't seen a fight from inside the arena in years. But if the crowds are cheering like that, perhaps I have a hero in my hands after all.
It's not the cheering crowds that bring me to the arena. I'm a Misthios, after all.
Yes, but I'm certain you feel something as the crowd chants for you. Skura. Leon? Ah, Misthios. I knew it as soon as I laid eyes on you. You could be the hero of the arena like Skura. If you keep fighting,
I say you can't walk this battlefield without getting blood on your toes. This is where
talk to
Leonidas was
Skura
laid to.
when you're ready to continue.
If you cloak their fight.
Yes, the Amazon set has a very, very nice set bonus indeed. In fact, let's take a look at our newly acquired loot. So it was the Amazon chest. Now it's only level 29, so I'm going to need to get this thing upgraded, but you can see where the whole Wonder Woman thing is coming from. Now as for the set bonus, 2% all damage dealt is restored as health. That's all 5 pieces of the set equipped. And the various different individual pieces of the set have a nice spread of assassin and warrior damage split across them. Like I said, it's a very, very nice set. Now remember, Belos the Beast of Sparta was not the only member of the Cult of Cosmos present on the island of Crete. Well, I don't know that for a fact, but what I do know is that the leader of the easternmost province of Crete, Messara, was the father of one of the cultists. So if I can find him and persuade him to tell me what he knows, that should give me the identity of another cultist who may or may not also be here of Crete. The problem, of course, is that he's the leader of Messara, so he's very heavily protected. So I might have just spent the previous couple of hours riding around Messara, pillaging national treasures, burning war supplies, murdering various different highly ranked soldiers in order to reduce the nation power down to such a level that they all pretty much abandoned him, and I was able to mug him completely undefended on the road back to town. Hello there, Evandros. You appear to have slipped and fallen on the road and accidentally and fatally impaled yourself on this dagger that happened to be lying around. You really should be more careful in future. I'll just help myself to your stuff. There's the clue we were looking for. So, who's this guy? Member of the gods of the Aegean Sea.
I will be a son to Cosmos, and the cult will be my family.
Hello, Mr. Melanthos. I must say, that's a very nice hat. I want your hat. We're going to have to track you down and kill you and take your hat. Hey, diddly-dee, the pirates like for me. These buggers are never alone, of course. They always sail around in a fleet of escort vessels. That one looks a bit dangerous. It might even be an elite. It's not an elite. We should probably take it out first, particularly since we're already perfectly positioned for a ram. Hit the weak spot. Bonus damage. Lots of bonus damage. Oop, he's returning fire. Yeah, we got this. I'm not going to bother boarding the escorts. I'm just going to finish them off. Can I get this thing turned around in time for a ram? Yes, I can. Okay, good stuff. One escort less, and here comes the man himself. I'm level 38, which means my ship is level 38, as is my crew. He's only level 34. We managed to separate him from his escorts. Oop. Heads down, boys. All of the lieutenants, by the way, that you've captured or recruited to serve on your ship, they join you whenever you board an enemy ship. That's one of the things to be looking out for when you're actually selecting the lieutenants. Not just the bonuses that they give to the ship, but how useful they're going to be in the boarding action. Get some speed up, hitting midships. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Set him on fire. Oh, he's got a little friend joining the party. Actually, two little friends joining the party. Right, this just got a little bit more complicated. Don't really want to get rammed. I mean, they're not particularly big ships, but like I said, there's 3 of them. So let's take the escorts out first. Keep manoeuvring to avoid the ram. Just a little love tap, and that's absolutely fine. Finish this ship off. Got it. Where did Melanthos go? There he is. That looked like he was trying to ram from the other side. Now, escort or Melanthos? Yeah, I think escort. Melanthos' ship is on its last legs. There's a weak spot created. Couldn't quite hit it. Did enough damage with the arrows. Actually, you know what? You don't get bothered while you're in the middle of a boarding action. So if I ram Melanthos' ship now, and then initiate the boarding, the other ship is basically just going to sail around and wait for me to finish the boarding. So let's kill his crew and take all of his stuff. Get as many of them off as possible from range before moving in. Where did that other one go? Oh, he's dead. There's the man himself. I wonder if I can actually take him out from here. You know what, screw this. Let's get up close and personal. One down. There he is. Yeah, he's not particularly tough in a straight-up fight. Got ya. And there's his hat. An artifact fragment. And a clue as to the identity of a further cultist. And of course, completing a successful boarding action also fully restores the health of your ship. So, let's see what we've discovered from slaughtering this sucker. We've got 2 clues here, actually. One is to the identity of another member of the gods of the Aegean Sea, the pirates of the Cult of Cosmos. And whoever this is, their ship was sunk on a ruin north of Thera, so not a particularly successful pirate. We also have yet another clue as to the identity of the sage, the leader of the gods of the Aegean Sea. 3 clues down, 2 to go, which we'll presumably discover from killing the 2 surviving members of the gods of the Aegean Sea. Whoever this guy is, of course, he's still far too high level for us to challenge him directly just yet. But back to our other cultist. Apparently his ship was sunk at a ruin north of the island of Thera. Okay. Well, here we are, north of the island of Thera, and there's an underwater ruin right there. Looks like I'm going to have to get wet. Unless you have an item that grants you the ability to breathe underwater, and I do, but I have to be level 40 to equip it. This is going to be a very, very tricky part of the game. For a couple of reasons. First and foremost, the area is infested with man-eating sharks. And it's also quite deep, so the amount of time that you have to either fight sharks or loot treasure when you're at this kind of depth is extremely limited. Also, the underwater combat in this game, while it certainly looks impressive enough, it's not that good. So I did spend quite some time diving, killing a shark, then returning to the surface, refilling my lungs and repeating the process until I cleared enough of the predators down here to actually have a couple of seconds of uninterrupted looting time once I'd returned to the decks. I have to admit, I wasn't entirely sure exactly what it was I was looking for down here though. I mean, there's not going to be a cultist down here, not unless he can hold his breath for a damn sight longer than I can. I mean, if he's here, he's dead. He's been dead for a while, so maybe I'm looking for a body. But while we're here, we're definitely going to... Oh, hello. Mark the location of this place on your map. There are 3 treasure chests in the sunken palace of Amphitrite, here just to the north and slightly to the east of the island of Thera, and they all contain some really good shit. That's 1 legendary spear and 2 epic skins for my ship crew, as well as a quest item, the Pythagorean Theorem. I had no idea that I was looking for the Pythagorean Theorem, but, well, there it is. It's entirely possible that I haven't actually accepted the quest for it yet, whatever that might be. Like the cultists of Cosmos in the game, quest items do not just spawn into the game the second you accept the quest. They're there whether you're looking for them or not, whether you have the quest or not. You can pick them up and then accept the quest later and instant quest completion. I don't have a lot of oxygen left, do I? There's a cultist clue nearby, but there's also a shark nearby. I'm probably going to die, aren't I? There's no way I'm getting out of this alive, surely. I don't have enough oxygen on me to stick around fighting this shark. I just need to swim to the surface. Then again, I might actually make it. Don't forget, once your breath expires, your health bar starts depleting, so in that respect you can think of your health bar as a sort of reserve oxygen tank. And it seems we're actually going to. I do recommend, if you're playing this game, and you can handle level 34 sharks, you definitely want to check this location out. Palace of Amphitrite, just to the north, slightly to the east of the island of Thera. The sharks are a bit of a problem, but there is so much stuff just lying around here waiting to be picked up. There's our cultist clue, so we're going to return to the surface, hopefully without dying along the way, and see where that clue is going to lead us. You'll note that I've already equipped my crew with one of the 2 epic skins that I looted from the first chest, but now as to the identity of yet another member of the gods of the Aegean Sea. The Mytilene Shark. He's only level 34, so I can go after this guy right now. Well, not right now, we're going to track his location, but there's a 3rd and final chest down below in this sunken palace that we need to investigate, because it's likely to contain some really good stuff. There it is. Well, is that it? I feel kind of cheated. Still, 1 cultist clue and 1 legendary spear, and 2 epic crew skins. Definitely worth it. Not least of which because it's going to give us the location of this guy, the Mytilenean Shark. And we're going to stab him, and we're going to take his stuff. That's what we do. That's all we do. By the way, the 2 skins that we looted, they're both epic. One was for the Scions and one was for the Cult of Cosmos. They're both essentially the same thing. It's just that the Scions are female members of the Cult of Cosmos, and the other one isn't. As you can hear by the crew singing, I've got the female one equipped. There he is. Light him up, boys. Well, light him up, girls.
Off we go now.
Oh, I don't want to sail through that patch of fire. It will set the ship on fire. Brace. Yeah, here comes his friends. Going to outrun the ram here and basically attempt to initiate a boarding action. Okay, that ram was good, but it wasn't enough to neutralise the ship. So, let's get him set on fire. Oh, actually, wait, there's a weak spot. Ooh, brace. Hit that weak spot. Maybe I can ram the weak spot. I'm just going to have to shoot it. He's trying to avoid the ram. Yeah, still not quite enough. Get in there. That's it. Ship neutralized. At the moment, we're in a 4 or 5-on-1 fight. But remember, if you can initiate a boarding action, it basically turns whatever fight you're in into a 1-on-1 fight. The other ships involved in the battle cannot interfere with the boarding action. If I can just get off the balcony rail, that would be lovely. Great. I'm going to try something new here. Although I think it might be a very, very bad idea. I just want to try to snipe from the top of the mast. It should be possible. Stay still, you. Yeah, this isn't particularly effective, is it? Still, at least the crew are getting stuck in. So I may as well join them. Can't seem to get a grip on the side of the ship. Oh, there we go. Let's get on board and back the crew and my lieutenants up. Oh, wow, the crew actually killed him. And there's the pirate treads. Another piece of the legendary pirate set. Wow, that was actually... The crew are pretty good, aren't they? I feel kind of surplus to requirements here. I feel like the crew are saying, oh, you've arrived. Well, thanks for turning up. But we've already taken care of it for you. Anyway, that's not bad for a day's work, is it? 1 legendary spear, 3 or 4 legendary set pieces, and 3 cultists killed. One of them completely by accident, and one of them almost without my intervention. So, that's 1 further clue to the identity of the Sage of the Gods of the Aegean Sea, although level 50. Although it's not going to be that long before we can face them. And while we don't have any direct clues as to the identity of the last remaining member of this subset, we do know that weakening the Obsidian Islands will draw this cultist out into a naval conquest battle. But I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Instead, I'm fast travelling back to the Ancient Forge because with the defeat of the Mytilenean Shark, I finally acquired enough artifact fragments, 12 in total, to upgrade my spear once again. So that's upgraded my spear to level 5. Level 6 is as high as it goes. Upgrading the spear has given me more adrenaline that I can use to pull off special moves in combat, and also increase the amount of health that I get back every time I spend adrenaline. The bad news is to get the spear to level 6 requires 22 new artifact fragments. There are only 22 cultists remaining, so yeah, I pretty much have to kill all of them in order to see a level 6 spear upgrade. Well, all of them except for the Ghost of Cosmos, the overall leader of the cult. There are still 22 surviving cultists and sages who need to be killed to get the spear upgraded to level 6. And yes, my brother Demos is one of them. All of that, however, to come in a future episode, because that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Far Cry 6 Greek Wildlands, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time. Howdy folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm taking a bit of a break from Crete in this episode, mostly because I really want to reach level 40 before I continue my adventures there for reasons which will become apparent upon our return to Crete. So today, I'm leveling up back around Greece. I've just spotted Alcibiades. His quest tree is amusing, so let's see what the young dog's up to, shall we? Alcibiades in love. This must be some kind of scheme.
Sweet mistress, such words cannot be handed out at will. It's as though Apollo himself is speaking through me.
So, you're in love.
Yes, the wedding nears, and there is so much to be done.
I'm guessing she's rich.
If you need help, I'm here for you.
Accepting before knowing what I ask of you? That's a rare surprise. I do still need a few things. Food for an offering, a ring, and some flowers. If you could bring them to my bride, Iris, she'll make use of them.
There's got to be something going on here.
I've known you for a while now, but you've never mentioned Iris.
There's plenty I haven't mentioned. I'm sure you could say the same to me.
It's a fair point.
So what is it about Iris that turns you into, well, what I saw?
You're jealous. Don't worry. She's very good. I suppose that's one of the favorite things about her. The openness.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not.
Flowers? Where can I find Iris?
She should be at the altar of love. Don't you think? Oh, and don't be too taken by her beauty.
Oh, somebody hold me while I pee. He's got to be working some kind of angle here, because this is just not the Alcibiades we all know and love. Either that, or somebody's cooked up another love potion, which, well, it seems more likely than the idea of Alcibiades falling in love by himself. Anyway, in there, let's have a look. Icarus, Altar of Prometheus. Historical location, fact fans, Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to mankind, pissing off all of the gods in the process.
Here it is.
Wait,
There
what?
it is.
Oh, yeah, I need to find stuff, don't I? The bouquet, food for an offering, and a wedding
A
ring.
door?
Huh.
I've never seen anything like it before.
You know, come to think of it, this is starting to sound more like the Alcibiades we all know. The fact that he's marrying, and I have to steal a wedding ring for him. The cheap bastard. Right, let's check this place out again, see if I missed anything. Apparently there's also an Enigmata Ostraka here. One treasure and a captain. So there's a location objective here. I mean, I don't have to complete it. That was the captain, I think.
Come out!
Yeah.
Hesitation only.
Why is the altar of love guarded as heavily as this?
Your form is improved.
There's only one
Your
treasure.
resolve is strong, but you're not taking action.
I think this would be a nice enough
I know,
offering.
but it's the moments in between
Stolen
that
food?
decide everything.
Okay. Alcibiades, we really must talk about your unwillingness to spend money.
We'll need a spear.
You're old enough now. My father's
Ah,
spear
there's the
holds
Enigmata
certain burden,
Ostraka.
but you're ready.
Ready for a long hike. At the top of this mountain, you can see the entirety of Greece. Follow the road west to the statue of Prometheus.
I felt
Try to
something.
stay out of sight.
Okay,
The spear.
we'll figure that one out later. For now, let's keep our mind on the game. As usual, of course, I'm going to at least attempt to do this stealthily, but I'll probably screw it up beyond all measure and end up having to slaughter everybody.
And our family.
All of us?
Think of Leonidas.
And I've screwed it up already, yeah.
He made a great sacrifice.
Well, did you honestly expect anything less of me?
Blood and the strength he possessed.
Oh, actually, the alarm hasn't been raised, but they're gonna. No, they've seen. Yeah, it's a bit late trying to hide the body now, Jinkles.
That is our family's gift.
Or is it?
Everyone
Oh
understands
no, I
that.
do seem to have actually gotten away
Some
with it.
recognize the power we bear and want it only for themselves. They will try to take
All
it
right,
from
we're still
us.
on.
I won't let
I
them.
mean, I'm not doing it completely stealthily, am I? I'm still slaughtering my way
You're a
through to.
warrior.
What is it I'm looking for? I've got the food.
Always moving forward. Yeah.
So far, 2 Greek soldiers have died for a wedding ring and a bouquet of flowers.
Storm is coming in.
Totally worth
Then
it.
maybe we should move forward now.
Right. I'm going to have to kill them all, aren't I? Guy's practicing in the courtyard.
I haven't forgotten you.
The treasure's on one side of him, one of the quest items is on the other. There's no way I'm going to be able to lift them both without silencing the guard. Yeah, we're going to have to stab them all again. What's this guy up to? Okay, he's indoors, there's no obvious way down to him. Oh, except maybe through the window. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's a good job I did hide the bodies. He would have seen them.
How does a place like this exist?
Let's stow him somewhere. This'll do. I'm in a rush.
How could I even explain
See
this
if I
to
can
someone
lure
like Marcos?
the captain over here with a whistle. Well, come on then. Oi, cloth ears. Come and investigate the noise. Oh, well, not both of you. Great. See if I can at least assassinate one of them. No, screwed it up. Right. Time to get busy with the stabbing. Do try to keep the noise down, chaps. Right. Okay, let's just get rid of him for the moment. Remove this guy's shield. And... oh, fantastic. Another one turned up.
Just die already. You made a big mistake, scum.
Yeah, you like that, don't you, bitch? Oh, I've upset him. Then again, this guy doesn't need to die to complete the location objective, so it's all good. He is definitely upset. Did you like that move? Watch, I'll do it again. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'll just dodge your wild swing and then give you a damn good skewering. Right, Captain dead. I've got the Enigmata Ostraka. I just need to loot the treasure. And collect the quest objectives as well, obviously. You know, that's what I'm actually here for. That's not a bad little bow.
Hopefully this jewelry is up to Alcibiades' standards.
Right, got the stuff. Where's this wench? Oh,
Themos,
bloody hell, she's
I
sitting
knew
right
I
there
let
the
you
whole
think
time.
you don't
Well, she obviously has a
understand.
high tolerance for
I bet
bloodshed,
now-
so that's one good point in her favour.
Let me guess. Alcibiades
No time to
sent
rest.
you.
And the rest of it. Don't
How did
find
you
them.
know?
I'm always.
He has a skill for making others do things he
So,
doesn't
Doctor,
want.
I believe this.
She's
this
not much
is
to
the-
look at, really, is she?
What I
He
saw needs
prefers
spear
it
you
if
fast.
people
Are you sure?
unattractive.
No.
He's so predictable.
I'll just remember.
It's what made this whole thing so easy.
Wait, what?
It almost sounds like you're using him. What
I'll
has
leave
been
you to
easy?
you.
If you need making him fall in love with me, of course. Please, Alcibiades is not the man you marry for love.
Then why are you marrying him?
Alcibiades has a true chance of ruling one day. Well, he'll be the face, but I'll be the one truly leading. The Aspasia to his Pericles.
Hang on a minute.
How can you treat someone like Alcibiades that way?
Oh, please. If anyone deserves it, it's Alcibiades. Surely
Well.
you've noticed. The obsession with sex,
Yeah.
lies,
Yeah.
drinking.
So lying to him is what he deserves?
Of
Yeah.
course. And it's not like he'll get nothing in return. I mean, look at me.
And what
Actually,
if I
you're
tell
not
Alcibiades
that
all of
much
this?
to look at.
Why would you? You've seen him. He's happy. And I'll make sure he stays that way. There's nothing wrong with me getting something in return. But it's your choice. Thanks for helping with the wedding.
Right, well, she seems nice. What am I gonna... She did make some very good points. I mean, I like Alcibiades, but he's a git. In fact, I probably like him because he's a git. But I do like him, and he deserves to know the truth. And if anybody can handle the truth, it's going to be Alcibiades.
It's all done.
Wonderful. So, what did you think about Iris?
Well, you are perfect for each other.
You must see something in her that I don't.
Well, that's true. Quite often, too. But still, I'm surprised to hear you say that.
You can't marry her. She told me she's using you for her own gain.
Is that so?
It is.
I knew she was special. To think I wasn't able to catch on. I can't wait to marry her.
Yeah, that seems
I'm
about
glad
right.
you and I were able to work together, Cassandra.
So what was all of this for? Everything you had me do couldn't have been for nothing.
You've earned my trust. Are you sure you want to know?
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
So that package in Corinthia.
I almost forgot about that. I needed to get rid of the Odoros to pay off a debt. Plus, I needed spies to infiltrate Vardas's command. And my plan worked. Thanks to you.
Okay.
All right. What about the politician?
He was brilliant and opposed me. A fatal combination. So, he needed replacing. And I had a much dumber man perfect for the job. He survived the party and you got him home safely. But it didn't matter in the end.
Alright.
The woman with the only spot.
We talked about this. It wasn't about the woman, but her husband. He governs the trade routes between Attica and Mecharis. Or, I should say, I do.
Spear is stronger now.
And
The cult won't stand a chance. The one pretending to be a man.
That was out of the goodness of my heart. And gods curse anyone who doubts that.
okay.
I've heard enough.
Aren't you going to ask me about Iris?
Oh, I
Yes.
think I get the picture
Rich
by now.
house, respected family. With her wealth, you can rule all of Athens.
Of course not. I marry for love.
Right.
If those other things happen, well, I wouldn't complain.
I never would have guessed.
Each time everyone sees a more serious Alcibiades. The Alcibiades I've only shown glimpses of in the past. One day you'll see everything I was working toward. And you'll know you helped make it happen. Attica and lands far beyond will thank you, even if they don't know your name.
I'm glad I could help. I'll make sure you don't forget me when you lead Athens.
I'd never forget you. You're far too useful.
Yep. Those two are a match made in heaven. Still, my conscience is clear. He knows exactly what he's getting into.
It's such a beautiful day, and there will be so many more to come. Thanks to you, Cassandra.
Although it is Alcibiades, he probably didn't need my help for that and knew exactly what he was getting into long before he asked me for help. Still, I did my part. Oh look, I'm almost level 40. I think it's about time to head back to Crete. Do you remember in the previous episode I talked you through the history of the Palace of Knossos and how it was built over the labyrinth, which according to mythological legend was constructed to contain the Minotaur, famous mythological creature. Well, in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the Minotaur is anything but mythological. And this is why I wanted to be around level 40 before I came back here, because I tried doing this at level 35 in a previous walkthrough. It didn't end well.
Don't touch that chest. It's mine.
I'm no thief, but if I was, I'd want something more valuable.
Take that back.
These ruins
You're not-
Did you come along? Are you
Don't touch me.
Come on.
I don't have to tell you
What brings
anything.
you here? Well, I know you.
You're right. Like that stunt you pulled with...
What? The art?
Yes, it...
A long time ago, below this very spot, my
Stop
father,
calling me that.
the great adventurer,
He's a
Nicias,
demigod.
entered the
Worshipped
labyrinth
and...
to steal the Minotaur's treasure. As they waited outside,
Then why don't
I
Have you
heard
been paying
shouts and
attention?
roars.
Then
Then
make a
his
choice on
men
your
came
own.
pouring out.
I'm not...
Same thing as your
They don't
men.
need her.
Your cultists
not
think
better.
different.
If they ever pursued
I
her,
need to save
it
him.
would be taught if you don't know where she is.
A tragic tale. Even if we
But
were
last I
abandoned,
The cult has
Minotaur
no
was
interest
living
in
Bethka.
sentimentality
He's
or
quite famous.
family.
They
Its
don't know
only
what
aim
they're
is
talking
control.
about. The real Minotaur is in Messala.
That's what they said in Bethka.
It's a scam. Trust me, I know scams.
Where is he then?
They're after all of
You
us.
said the
There's one
labyrinth
less
is beneath
person
us.
to find.
Yeah, there's a
I
creepy
killed
looking
Nikolaos.
tractor beneath the temple.
Yet here you
Take me
are,
there,
acting so
and I will
righteous.
slay the Minotaur
When really,
and find your paters.
you're just like me.
Find
I
your
don't
pater.
care what you think.
What?
You? You'll do that?
It's responsible.
Responsible.
The Minotaur will die.
I'm going
and I
after them.
will
You've
find
seen
your
our
pater.
number.
Try me.
So having...
Thank you, Mistios. No one ever believes me.
Just
I'll
calm
take
down and take me to the labyrinth. What's your
Baraka.
name?
Altos. Now follow me. The entrance is way down on the ground. It's down this way. This place is going to blow your mind, Mistios. There's a huge room, and there's a huge hole in the ground with a huge door. Everybody keeps going
Great. I'm glad you came along. No Pater has a shot of getting out of that damn labyrinth. They really didn't have to put the entrance this deep. Almost there, but here we are. Isn't this amazing?
Yeah. That's one way of putting it.
I've seen some things, Ardos, but this
is amazing.
Kid has a very limited vocabulary.
So the Minotaur lies beneath Knossos' palace. Open the door. I've got a Minotaur to slay.
Ah, oh, right. It's locked.
Well, your dad's in there, so at some point it was unlocked.
Don't worry, we'll find a way. You must know something.
I don't, but the guys who went into the labyrinth with my Pater will. I tried talking to them, but they won't speak to me.
They'll speak to me. Who are these people?
The Collector, Swordfish, and my old caretaker. My old caretaker.
Okay.
Boring old man. Never wanted to talk to me about my Pater or the Minotaur. So I left him to find out the truth on my own.
Bold.
And the Collector is this guy who buys weird stuff. He's a merchant in Gortin.
And the Swordfish?
Oh, and the last guy. They call him Swordfish.
Of course.
He's the boss of Octopus Bay, and he's mean.
Spoiler alert, he's also a cultist. So, you know, while I'm here, may as well. Anyway, shortly afterwards, I'm pumping the kid for some more information when he lets slip something very interesting.
Where should I start looking for Swordfish?
Fisherman's Beachhead in Heraklion would be your best bet. No one's seen him in years. Some think he's dead.
Yeah, that's the part that bothers me. Swordfish hasn't been seen in years. Some think he's dead. It's the he hasn't been seen in years part that bothers me. Presumably when he came out of the labyrinth, minus the kid's father, but with the other two survivors had their eyes open and saw him coming out of the labyrinth. And yet he hasn't been seen in years. So how long has this kid been camping out here, waiting for somebody to turn up and rescue his father? How long has this kid's father been stuck in the labyrinth? I mean, he's probably dead. But does the kid really think that after years, he's still going to be down there waiting to be rescued? Maybe this kid isn't quite as smart and self-reliant as he first appears, because that's a hell of a long time to be in denial. Anyway, first order of business, back to Heraklion, Fisherman's Beachhead. Anybody who can tell me anything about the Swordfish, alive or dead?
I hear you're looking for a certain fish.
Yes, Swordfish.
I hope you know what you're in for. He's ruthless. Cut off a man's nose just for sneezing.
Where is he?
No one's seen him in a long time. But there's a rumor he controls Heraklion from a hideout underground.
That's ridiculous.
It's all I know, mistress.
If he's so dangerous, why are you talking to me?
I'm old, tired, sick of bowing down to pay fees. If you can take him out, we're all better for it.
Not another word out of you, Malaka. I have orders. Everyone who talks about Swordfish must die.
Dude, come on, seriously? Do you see the armor? Do you see the weapons? Just exactly how lucky are you feeling? Oh well. Can't blame them for trying, I suppose. Right, anyway, with that little piece of unpleasantness taken care of, we now have to find and reach the Swordfish's hideout. Well, given that it's indicated on the map and in the world by a dirty great big objective marker, it's not going to be too difficult to find. Reaching it, however, is going to be slightly tricky, because it's not just underground, as the rumours indicated, it's also a little bit underwater. On the way there, of course, there is also a location objective here. 1 treasure at the Fisherman's Beacon. So we'll have that. And now, to find the swordfish. The entrance to his secret lair is down here. And those are some very nasty sharks. So I'm just going to kill them the safe way from up here, using the bow. And now we're going to have to swim for it. I'll just grab the leather from the dead sharks while I'm here. Actually, let's not. I'm going to need all the breath I've got. There are a lot of bits of people floating around in here. Swordfish ain't the kind of person you want to be sitting next to at a dinner party.
My God, I have to tell him what happened here. Swordfish.
He's also more than a little unhinged by his encounter with the Minotaur. That's the reason why he's been, well, disappeared for the last couple of years. You can hear him raving and shouting away in the background. He's another one of those cultists that you never really get any clues that lead you directly to him as a cultist. You just kind of stumble across him as you follow the quests throughout the game. And it's not much of a spoiler, but don't bother trying to sneak up on him to take him out with a nice clean stealth assassination kill. It's not that easy. You see, I tried to, but as soon as you get close to him,
You were right.
this happens.
That's not everything.
Why would he...
It doesn't matter.
Then?
I knew you'd come.
Oh,
Dog of Cosmos. Have you come to bite?
he thinks I'm my brother. Yeah, we'll play along.
I've come to tear your face off, Swordfish.
You think I haven't been preparing for this day?
I'm here for the...
I won't go back! I won't go back in there! I don't care if I owe the cult. I want out! You want that artifact? Go fetch it!
Once a cultist, always a cultist.
What do you want from me then, Themos?
Answers. And you will give them to me. How did you get into the labyrinth?
Nikios had a key. He put it into the steel. But you can't go in there. He'll kill you. He'll get out and kill us all!
You underestimate.
That's what Nikios said. I'll feed you to this shark!
Yeah, we're going to see about that. Poison up. And let him have it. This is actually a fairly tricky fight, because he doesn't fight fair. Yep. Swordfish comes equipped with a Romulan cloaking device. I mean, it's not really that difficult to fight, as long as you just keep moving. And remember that every time you inflict a serious bit of hurt on him, he's going to stealth up. And you should keep moving to avoid his attack from stealth, which will do a fair amount of damage. Other than that, it's fairly straightforward. Just, you know, don't get hit much. And repetitively insert long, sharp, pointy objects into him. It's like it says on the World of Warcraft loading screens. It's a simple tactic to defeating any boss. Just keep your hit points above 0 while reducing theirs to 0. Simple. Now get him before he stealths again. No. No, bugger off. See what you're trying to do. Got him on the ropes now. Let's finish him. Come on. Gotcha. Confirm the kill. And take his stuff. I still want to stick my spear into him. Let's see what he's got. Ooh. Amazon braces. My third piece of the Amazon set. Fantastic stuff. It's well as an artifact fragment, although I'm going to have to kill every other existing cultist to upgrade the spear with artifact fragments any further. And also, let's not forget, a further clue as to the identity of the leader of the heroes of the cult. Although I have to admit, as clues go, it's not much. Whoever he is, I'm unlikely to stumble across him by accident based on the clues that I've already got so far, so I'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way by tracking down and killing the 2 surviving members of the heroes of the cult. Get him that way. In the meantime, however, the kid said his old caretaker had an important message for him back home. So, here we are.
This must be Ardus.
And there he is. Well, looks like the caretaker was really old.
Where's the boy? Ardus.
You're his caretaker?
I don't think so.
I need to speak to him.
Let's see if he falls for this.
Don't you recognize me? Remember all the times we shared the secrets?
Don't take me for a fool.
Well, it was worth a shot. Now things are going to have to get messy.
Who told you about the boy? Speak!
It's nothing personal with the boy. I don't do anything. I'm cool as
Dead? Guess what will happen if you don't tell me anything?
okay. What is it you want to know?
What is to happen to the boy?
I don't know, Mistios. They just told me to bring him back. But we both know what they're capable of.
And you'd bring them an innocent boy?
Well, he's a thieving little Torag, he's not that
Where's the
innocent.
old man?
They're at Festus Village, southwest of here. They got him tied to a post and they're beating him.
Okay.
You'd stand by as an old man gets beaten.
But
And you agreed to kidnap the boy.
they're just up the road. The cult. Go kill them all. You'll be doing me a favor too. Let me go, and I won't tell anyone
Did
what happened.
everybody in Greece know about this bloody cult except for
I'll
me?
let you decide your fate. I need to find the old man.
Thank you, Mistios.
Old man is alive.
What part of secret societies do these cultists not understand? Well, I shouldn't complain, because it's not exactly making them difficult to track down, is it? Right, anyway, there's some serious stabbing needs doing if I'm going to speak to this old man. I mean, it's a trap, obviously, but, well, there's only, what, 4, 5 of them? Let's see how many of them I can take out quietly before we start getting loud and stabbed. There's 2 there. There's the captain. 1 over there. 1 taken in there. Assassinate the captain. Daggers. Let's get this one, the easiest. Oh, I've now assassinated 100 enemies and earned a new engraving, plus 10% adrenaline on an assassination skill. Let's take care of Sleeping Beauty. Now for the last 2. At best, I'm probably only going to be able to get a stealth kill on 1. What, you didn't see that? Seriously? Well, far be it from me to complain. Let's free the old man. Yeah. Shut up, old fella. I'm with the white hats.
Ardus sent me.
Thank the gods. Let's get
I don't think they'll be returning. Not unless you believe in resurrection. Right, old man. This'll do. Come on, spill the beans. What's going on?
Breathe, old man.
Ardus, the boy. Is he safe?
Careful.
Alive?
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say he was safe, but he's definitely alive.
He's made a lot of enemies with you.
At least he's safe from any danger I caused him.
I'm looking for a way into the labyrinth. Ardus said you might know something.
I know this. That place is death.
Why would they hurt you?
When the survivors fled the Minotaur. They left behind the keys. The key to the labyrinth.
Then why do they think Ardos has it?
Because he does. He stole it from me. And I told them about it. They tortured me. I tried not to cry. I failed. I failed.
Ah, don't be so hard on yourself, old man.
The people who tortured you belong to a powerful cult. They have broken stronger men than you. You can still make things right with Ardos. As smart as he is, he still needs someone to look out for him. Family. He needs you.
And he's not that smart.
Doesn't even want to see me, Miss
Like I said, he's not that smart.
About this. He doesn't know his true purpose, Mr. Deuce. We think you'll be able to open the labyrinth. Just promise to keep him safe.
He'll be safe with me. I should ask Ardos if the old man is telling the truth.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. So, caretaker, swordfish, that just leaves the collector.
You must be the hoarder.
The collector.
Dust collector, maybe. I'm here about the Minotaur.
No. I don't know anything about the Minotaur.
Ardos sent me. He says you know things.
Ardos, the boy. Never talk to the boy. We all promised.
What you saw has scarred you. Those scars are starting to fade. Perhaps you'd like some fresh ones.
No, please. I have answers. If you aim to survive that beast in the labyrinth, I know what you need.
Should be extra careful in this area. Collector.
The armor of the Zeus himself. It's the only thing that can withstand the beast. But it's not here. It's in the fort. I had to sell it.
There's nothing wrong with my armor.
Nicios thought his armor was the finest in the Greek world. He could have worn the Zeus when he found it. But I was the perfect fit. Minotaur struck me right in the chest. Should have died. But Nicios... Don't make Nicios' mistake. Wear the Zeus' armor.
I'll cut a very long story short here. Into the fort, kill the guards, steal the armor.
Theseus' armor. Oh, it is real. I wonder how many more pieces of Theseus' armor are there.
Stopping along the way to loot everything else that isn't nailed down, and then back to the Palace of Knossos. Now, at this point, I've no doubt that students of Greek mythology amongst you are scratching your head in puzzlement and saying, hang on a minute, I've read the legends. Theseus did kill the Minotaur, so it can't possibly have been the actual Minotaur that killed Nicios, the kid's father, and chased his associates out of the labyrinth. Or is the game trying to say that Theseus lied and didn't actually kill the Minotaur? Well, no, the game's not trying to say that at all. It's not arguing with the official Greek legends. Theseus did kill the Minotaur in the labyrinth beneath the palace 2,000 years previous to these events. And yet 2,000 years later, the Minotaur did also kill the kid's father. Complicated? Confusing? Yeah, but it is all going to make sense.
You.
Whatever it was, I didn't steal it.
The old caretaker said you.
Whoa, he told you stuff? Did he tell you anything about my pater?
No, he didn't, but...
What about the collector?
He said you're like your pater.
Really? That's nice to know.
Look, the old caretaker said you...
Wait. And swordfish? What did he say? You found him, right?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
He said the key goes in the stele.
Oh, I know where the stele is. But wait, what's this key you're talking about?
You stole it, you little toe rag.
The old man said you stole something from him.
No, I didn't. Wait, what did he accuse me of stealing?
The key to the labyrinth, a disc.
Oh. mean this old thing? I always wondered what it was for.
Swordfish mentioned there was a place to put the disc. In a stele.
Oh, so what do we do now?
If we put the disc into the stele, the entrance to the labyrinth should open. Then I see about the Minotaur.
And you'll save my pater too, right?
Yeah, about that.
Hardos, I don't think your pater is still...
He's alive, I know it. We just have to hurry.
We just have to hurry.
Looks like a piece of Theseus' armor.
Kid, it's been years. I think that ship has sailed. So, the plot thickens. How can it be possible for the legendary Greek hero Theseus to have slain the Minotaur? We're not talking about a Minotaur here, it's the Minotaur. How can Theseus have slain the Minotaur 2,000 years ago? Right here in the labyrinth underneath the palace. And yet the Minotaur is still here, alive and kicking. Because there's definitely something down there that killed Nikios and scared the swordfish so much that he went mad. And the swordfish didn't really seem to be the kind of guy that's scared easily. So just what exactly is it that's lurking down there in the labyrinth? Tune in for the next episode. And we might find out. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Howdy folks, Sunday bonus video time. Yeah, you all thought I was going to leave you hanging after yesterday's Assassin's Creed video, didn't you? Well, I totally would. Well, in fact, technically I did. But, yeah. This is what happened next. The legendary labyrinth beneath the Palace of Knossos, contained within the Minotaur. Could they make it any more foreboding if they tried? I mean, the quest is called He Waits. And you better be damn sure that you want to do this, because once you take that plunge, there's only one way out. And it's not going back the way you came, because there ain't no way you're climbing that.
This can't be Minoan. What is this?
Yeah, it's not Minoan.
Malaka. It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
By the gods.
Uh-huh. By the way, that silver thread that you can see?
The string Theseus used to navigate the labyrinth.
Yep.
Let's see what's at the end.
So, the legends are true. Theseus was here. That was the silver string given to him by Ariadne, so he could find his way back out. Somewhere in here is Ardos's father, Nikios. He's been in here a couple of years at least. He's either dead or he could really use a meal. I suspect he's probably dead. There is a lot of loot in here, by the way. Although I have to admit, the first time I came in here, I really wasn't thinking about the loot. I was shitting bricks. I was mildly alarmed the second time I came in here.
A creature of rage did this.
Oh, don't worry, Cassandra, you're going to find out. Of course, the first time I entered the labyrinth, I was only level 35. And that big red warning that you saw when I was standing above the labyrinth looking down into the pit that said, "Warning, the thing that's in here is much higher level than you. Are you sure you want to do this? For thou art crunchy and go well with ketchup." Oh, stop making that noise. That's a bad noise. Well, I didn't pay any attention to that, did I? And then I got down here, and suddenly I wanted my mum. I didn't like it much. Ah, there's one of the Isu treasure chests. Like I said, there is a lot of loot in here. I came down, had a poke around, realised that I was so far out of my depth I couldn't even see the surface anymore. And fast travelled the hell out of there, because that's the only way you can get out.
Been this way before.
Yes, don't worry about it, Cassandra. Well, there are two ways out of here. Find and kill the Minotaur, or activate Brown Alert and fast travel. You definitely cannot get back out the way you came in. There's another Isu treasure chest. The labyrinth also doesn't play fair, because in common with other Isu ruins, you can't climb the walls. Apparently they're too smooth. You can only climb in certain places, handholds like the ones that I used to get in here. Which frankly I just think isn't playing fair, is it? Okay, I can get across here. Nah, screw it. I'm pretty sure I've actually been that way. Right. Jump that. Oh, seriously, stop doing that. You're not impressing anybody. I really was shitting myself the first time I came in here. And like I said, I was mildly alarmed the second time. Is it just me, or are the roaring noises getting louder? Oh, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, boys and girls. Who wants to see a Minotaur? Oh, shit. That's a really big axe he's got. I don't think he really needs the axe. Once you get this far, the only way out is for one of you to die. Okay, let's see if Theseus's breastplate is all it's cracked up to be.
The Malaka's Minotaur. And here we go.
It's got the poison stack up at least. Whoa, dodge that bastard. Ay, ya, 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 ya. Nope. Nope, don't like this anymore. I think poison stack's dropped off. Ow, yay, jeez, that hurt. Also, you've probably noticed you can't hide behind the obstacles forever, because he tends to smash them. He's a bad-tempered bugger. Ahow! Yikes. I'm having to... because you can only have 4 abilities on your hotbar at any given time. And I've got all my combat abilities tied to, well, my initial hotbar. Which means I have to switch between hotbars anytime I want to heal up. Because there's no space for it on my existing hotbar. And it can sometimes get kind of tricky. Right now, I really need to generate some adrenaline. Ooh, perfectly timed dodge. Let's make the most of that. Some adrenaline to charge up my special attacks. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, get out of the way of that bastard. Okay, I've got the poison stack going again. Let's let the poison do its thing. Still got 3 stacks of adrenaline, so I can use an overpower attack if I want to. Nice dodge. No, not quite nice enough. Bollocks. Oh, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? No, 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 no. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Ah, yeah, bugger. Right, poison back up. Let's get the poison. Shit. Dodge that. Dodge that. God damn it. Overpower attack. Almost completely missed. But I'm low on adrenaline. Oof, good dodge. Work him over with a spear. Okay, the poison stack's back. This is one hell of a fight. Let me tell you that for nothing. As you know, you've probably gathered for yourself by now. Get up, get up. Okay, health is good, but I'm low on adrenaline again. Whoa, I want to dodge that. Ow. Actually, that didn't hurt that much. If I hadn't gotten back up again pronto, might have been able to do some real damage to me while I was on the ground. And I've got no adrenaline. I'm going to recover one adrenaline bar, but I'm going to need to start scoring some crits. Poison back up. One adrenaline bar. Nowhere near enough. It'll be enough for a heal if I need it. Knocked me off my feet again. I've gone down less than 50%. Still only have the one adrenaline bar. There's not a lot of cover left in this place. It seems to have destroyed almost all of it. Nah, still only the one adrenaline bar. Oh. Oh, what's happening? Oh, I seem to have upset him. Nice Minotaur. Nice. Oh, don't do that. I don't know what the hell you're doing, but I bet it's not good. Oh, he's just collapsed half of the chamber. Right, so there's now less space for me to use to dodge. Okay. Do I want to save the adrenaline for a heal if I need it? Or get the poison back up? Yep, that seems like a better idea. Ah, that wasn't good. See, there's substantially less room to maneuver in here. Now he's brought half the chamber in. Oh, wow. Ah, oh, shit. Okay, now I'm hurt. Now I'm seriously hurt. Oh, shit, 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 shitty, 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 shit, shit. Okay, there's the heal. Oh, right, now he uses a ranged attack. He sort of scatters rubble at you. Oof, dodge that bastard. I'm really going to need to get this poison stack back up again as quickly as I possibly can, because poison not only does a small amount of damage, it also increases the damage that he takes and reduces the damage that he does to you. Poison stack back up. Ow, I'm hurt. Got 2 bars of adrenaline back up though. Oh god, there's practically zero concealment in here now. Using the adrenaline bar to get a heal off. Oh, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Oh. Ah. This is not doing my heart or blood pressure any good. Come on, gotta get some adrenaline. Trying to stack the poison from range with the poison arrows. Okay, 1 bar of adrenaline. My health's looking good. Let's get some poison stacks going. We go, dodge that bastard. Got him on the ropes. Yes, 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 yes. Come on. 2 adrenaline bars, about to get a 3rd. That'll allow me to do an overpower attack, which might be enough. No, no. Use it for a bull rush. Poison stack dropped off. Hold still. Ah! Fuck, that hurt. Use the heal. 1 adrenaline bar. Whoa, get out of the way of that. Bull rush through it. Out of adrenaline. Poison stack is not up. I'm probably not going to get to put it up by just using ranged attacks. Dodge. Got my health back up. Use the adrenaline. Come on, he's nearly down. Ah, bollocks, he just took half my health off. Come on. Oh, shit. Yes, got him. I would kick my arse for being stupid enough to come in here in the first place. What are you talking about? Yes, that was one hell of a fight. Now to loot the bastard. What's he got? Well, he ripped his horn off. The thing is, it's not actually a horn. Watch what's going on in the background. As the spirit of the Minotaur reaches out and stops just short of taking me. And the horn is transformed into an Isu artifact. And on the ground behind me is not the body of a Minotaur, but the body of a man. What was happening there was that the artifact was trying to take control of me and turn me into a Minotaur. But my willpower was strong enough that I was able to resist it. The poor sucker lying on the floor behind me, who was the Minotaur, his willpower wasn't strong enough to resist it.
The Minotaur is dead. Thanks for your help, Argos.
Where's Pater?
I searched the labyrinth and I found his body in the labyrinth. Well, Pater is dead.
You're lying. He wouldn't just leave me alone.
Ardos, the Minotaur was no ordinary monster.
And Pater isn't just a regular guy. He's a hero.
He might have been your hero, but
He must be alive. Find him.
he's dead, Ardos. We can't raise the dead. But we can move on.
I'm afraid I'll forget him. I don't want to forget him.
I'm sorry. There's nothing more I can do for you.
Still, you tried. Thank you, Mistios.
We should get out of here. What will you do now?
I don't know, Mistios. Without Pater, I don't know.
Maybe you can figure it out together.
Ardos.
Remember, you're never alone. There will always be people who care. Stay out of trouble.
You know I can promise you that.
I'll make sure of it, Mistios. Thank you. Let's go home, Ardos.
I'd like that. I'm sorry I stole this.
So, prize of the Minotaur, quest item, a Minotaur figurehead for the ship, and we got the Minotaur's axe, and I've leveled up to level 40. So, if you were paying attention to what happened when I looted the Minotaur's horn, when there was a sort of ghostly Minotaur behind me reaching out to try to grab me, and then I kind of mastered the whatever it was the horn was trying to do, and it transformed into an Isu artifact. That's why it's possible for Theseus to have slain the Minotaur 2,000 years ago, and yet the Minotaur is still there beneath the labyrinth. Now I realise, according to the legend, Theseus decapitated the Minotaur and brought the head home. But let's just say he didn't, because that's the only way that the whole thing makes sense. If Theseus did kill that Minotaur, but didn't try to take the head or the horn with him, that meant the body of the Minotaur has just been lying there waiting for the next person to come along and explore the labyrinth. They find a dead Minotaur, they think, I'll take the horn as a souvenir, and bang. The Isu artifact, contained in the horn, takes control of them, turns them into the next Minotaur. And that cycle would presumably repeat itself every time somebody entered the labyrinth and tried to kill the Minotaur. Either the Minotaur would kill them, or they'd kill the Minotaur, and then, well, actually kill a beast like that who's not going to want to take the horn as a trophy. And they're the next Minotaur. Until somebody comes along who's strong enough to both kill the Minotaur and has strong enough willpower to resist the control effects of the Isu artifact. It doesn't end there, though, because the Minotaur is not the only mythological creature in the ancient Greek world that we're going to have to defeat. There are 3 others: a Sphinx, a Gorgon, and a Cyclops. We have one of the artifacts, although we don't know what its purpose is yet, and we're not going to find that out until we meet our mother and our real father. All of that to come in a future episode. Meanwhile, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.
The northern hills of Mount...
The slaves mentioned there's a copper mine in the...
I'm curious why you're not excited.
With my master, I have purpose, responsibility.
With your freedom, you can acquire...
We all have different circumstances and abilities.
I will go find.
Remember what we...
Howdy folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And today we're having a particularly story-heavy episode because, well, shit's about to get real.
I don't see any soldiers here. Only pirates. They must be running the whole island.
We're tracking down the final clue as to the location of our mother, Nirina, which means we're here on the island of Chios, looking for a pirate queen. And we seem to have found her. In fact, she's right underneath the fast travel point. Well, that was kind of handy. Let's see how she feels about visitors.
Gods have mercy!
You want mercy? Those who trade in slaves anywhere on my island will be marked as slaves themselves, then hauled to Attica and fed to the system they tried to profit from. Get this scum out of my sight.
I thought all pirates were slavers.
And you are?
My name is Cassandra.
Well, Cassandra, we're all thought to be murderers too. So, tell me why I shouldn't kill you right here.
Well, you're welcome to try.
I came to find the great pirate Xenia. That's you, isn't it?
I like the sound of that. But what was your plan once you found me?
I came to offer you a deal.
Sneaking into my city is a strange way to make a first impression.
I needed to speak with you directly. I didn't think your pirates would just let me walk up and knock.
Then speak.
I'm looking for a woman. She left Sparta when I was a child.
I'll need more than that, Cassandra.
She has birthmarks on her arm that form the constellation Aquila.
Now, that is something I can work with. Just who exactly is this woman?
She's my mother. I haven't seen her since I was a child.
So, you're on a quest to find your family?
Something like that.
Then your path is not an easy one.
Aspasia is the one who sent me to find you.
Aspasia? Now why would she do that?
She said you might have information that could help me in my search.
You can have anything for the right price.
And what is that price?
One you can afford, I'm sure.
Ella.
15,000 drachmae? Luckily I left this until I was level 40, so I can actually afford that.
Here, take your drachmae to mine. If the slave
Nothing
right,
feels better than a heavy purse filled with coin.
The information I need. How long will it take?
I already have it.
You do?
Your Merimni now sails under the name of Finicas.
There it is.
She started as a
Copper
member
mine.
of my crew, but we parted ways not too long ago.
I'm leaving soon.
Chaos is your home.
But this isn't my true calling. My purpose.
You might never find what you're looking for, Finicas.
I can't stop until I do.
You are a great pirate.
And you are an even greater friend. Don't forget me. Do you know where she is now?
She sailed southeast with her crew in search of a greater calling.
She was part of your crew?
For a time.
Why did she leave?
Much too interested in the politics of war. Waste of a good pirate, if you ask me. I haven't heard from her since she left.
Chios is a long way from Sparta. How did your paths cross?
On the sea long ago. In her I saw a better life. In me, she found freedom. Together we owned the waves.
I can't believe she was a pirate.
She's the kind of woman who, once she sets her mind to something, gets it done.
Thank you.
Home isn't a place. It's the people you're with. If you don't find what you're looking for, there's a place for you here.
There have to be people who know that name. I should have enough information now. I should head back to Athens to see Sparcia.
Yeah, I specifically avoided doing this part of the quest line until I knew I had the required 15,000 drachmae. Although if you do come here early to attempt this part of the quest line and you don't have that amount of cash lying around, there are plenty of profitable quests on the island, and to offset the 15,000 that she wants, Kenya will offer you a quest to go and loot the national treasury of the neighbouring island to significantly reduce the amount of spare cash you have to actually come up with. Anyway, for now, it's time to head back to Athens and speak to Aspasia. Unfortunately, we did catch some hints of this when we were speaking to the priest of Asclepios in Argos. In our absence, Athens has developed a little bit of a plague problem to go with Sparta problem. This did actually happen, by the way, and at the time specified here in the game too. In the year 430 BC, the second year of the Peloponnesian War, Athens was struck by a particularly deadly plague. Then again the next year. Then again 2 years after that. It wasn't a great time to be in Athenian. As if having the Spartans at your gates wasn't bad enough, now they had to contend with them. Well, traditionally, it's always been supposed to have been some form of bubonic plague, but we're never really going to know. It could have been typhus, smallpox, measles, hemorrhagic shock fever. Nobody really knows, and we probably never will. There are a couple of things that we do know about the Athenian plague, however. With the influx of refugees into Athens, thanks to the war with Sparta, the city would have been overcrowded, sanitation would have suffered, there wouldn't have been enough food to go around, higher than normal numbers of vermin, perfect breeding conditions for a plague. And the other thing that we know about the Athenian plagues of the Peloponnesian War is that it's what killed Pericles.
Cassandra, you're back. But I'm sorry. Wait, where? I'll be right back. See you at Aspasias.
Sometimes I think you are too much like me.
And yep, there are no deaths to which Cleon will not stoop. He's now using the plague to stir up popular opinion against Pericles too.
Cassandra, it's good to have you back.
I've never seen anything like this.
Those who aren't killed by the plague run wild in the streets. Death is rampant, and it's only a warning. We have ignored what truly plagues us for too long. Cleon.
How can you worry about him at a time like this?
Under his reign, Athens will lose the freedom and glory that has put it on the world stage. It is time to turn my words into actions.
How?
You will find out as soon as I do.
You know, shit just got real when even Socrates doesn't know what to do or say. Cleon staring at the mob again. Right outside Pericles' house. The man has no shame. I still wasn't convinced that Cleon was a cultist. A shameless, opportunistic scumbag willing to use any calamity to further his own political agenda? Yeah, but that just makes him a politician, not a cultist.
I didn't expect to see you.
What do you think you're doing? You're driving this whole thing madness.
This is nothing.
Okay, that wasn't a very subtle jab against Donald Trump there, was it? Don't go there, Jingles. Okay, I won't. Right, Aspasia, we need to have a chat.
What's left of Athens? The world we built is crumbling.
Yeah, I have to admit, the old place has definitely seen better days.
I came to talk to you. I found out some things about my mother. Her name, her shape.
Cassandra is not the kind. Very honest. He won't see me. He won't
going to refresh his passport.
Not my problem.
The reason I came back to Athens was to talk to you about Irene. Your mother will live to see tomorrow. My love won't live to see another. You've had many sunsets with him. I've spent all my nights alone. Pericles needs drinking, and the gods know he won't let me. He respects you, but you go to him. I could try. If you do, I will make the time to talk out his mother. For now, he needs your help. It's worth a shot.
Right, fine. That's what I need to do. Did somebody mistake me for the doctor or something? I mean, do I look like Hippocrates? Well, I suppose he won't even see Hippocrates. Let's see if we can talk some sense into the old fool.
It's Cassandra.
It's embarrassing. Someone so strong saying me like this.
I admit you don't quite look yourself.
I don't feel like myself either.
I brought your drugs.
Ah, yes. It's usually Phoebe who does the delivering. At least I'm alive. Though I can't say the same for my city.
It's a shadow of what it was.
Well, it will belong to Cleon now. He will have to lift it out of its sorry state. I wish to see it with my own eyes. Come to the balcony. Much has changed. I can't even stand up straight to look death in the eye.
You'll recover sooner if you let Hippocrates see you.
It's my time. The plague chooses no favorites. I fear I've failed Athens. Its people, Aspasia.
No.
Oh, will you stop your whining?
Aspasia needs protection, as does Athens. I thought I gave enough to Athena, but it seems it isn't so.
Get me out of here! You saved my life!
I should be out there, on the streets.
You'd be overtaken. There are mobs, and Cleon's doing nothing to calm them.
Thank the gods.
Fire me some free at last. My thanks.
That's all.
Someone, please help me.
They've turned me.
Thank you, Mystios.
It's not the gods' fault. It's the world. It's turned upside down.
Athens' fate is decreed. All we can do now is wait.
You should go back inside.
Caught a
You
light!
need to rest.
Shit!
Where I
God!
should be is
Set
in the
fire out!
Parthenon. My greatest legacy to Athens. You need the gods' blessing. But Aspasia,
All this trouble over an
Aspasia's
old
right.
vase.
she often is. But not about this. Yes. I'll go inside. Thank you, Cassandra. Tell my Aspasia I was a good boy and took my drugs.
I will.
Alright, I spoke to him. Found a lot of good it did. Aspasia owes me answers, and I'm not going to take... but the plague is an excuse again.
Pericles let me in. He took his drugs without complaint.
Thank you.
Something wrong?
I expected Phoebe back by now.
I saw her in the crowds outside. Did you send her somewhere?
I had her go to Anastasios to see about the ferry. As soon as Pericles
Wait,
is strong
you
enough,
sent a
we're
child
leaving Athens. We
running
have to.
errands
Now she's missing.
I'm sure she's
in a
alive.
plague-stricken city?
Aspasia, there's a plague. You've seen the streets. She's just a child.
Give her the credit she deserves. She's more of a fighter than I was at her age.
I told Pericles the cult is in Athens. It's too dangerous.
The cult? I thought it was the sickness talking.
I'm going to look for her. Where is Anastasios' house?
It's across from the Odeon of Pericles.
Here.
The plague is running rampant in the city. There are bodies just lying rotting in the streets. The entire fabric of society is breaking down. And you sent a child running errands. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, she's tougher than I was when I was a kid. What kind of stupid fucking excuse is that?
Have you
Let me
found my
find
bag?
Phoebe and fast.
Great.
It turns out your slave.
What?
What happened
Yes,
here?
Master. Atonement? Never! What?
Glad Phoebe
I
wasn't
won't
here.
hear just when
Hopefully
you hear your
she's
pen.
safe. Deimos must be carrying through on his threat. This was savage. Done to send a message. Phoebe! No! Hey! Stop!
Right, somebody's getting stabbed. But having heavy shields does make this a bit more complicated. But then again, I've got the shield breaker ability. And the bull rush doesn't really care about whether or not anybody has a shield equipped. Dodge. Bull rush. Knocks them off their feet, gives me a bit of time. Deal with this guy while they're getting back on their feet. Bull rush also does a fair amount of damage at this level. Come on, this is taking too long. Need to start putting these fellas down. 2 left. Well, technically 3 left. Sparta kick incapacitated one of them. So I'm going to have to finish him off. Dodge that one. Still have to finish that one off. Let's take care of him and see Phoebe.
Phoebe! No.
Oh no. It's too late.
Mother Lord, I greet you.
Somebody's going to pay for this. And at this point, I'm not really fussy. I'll settle for Aspasia if I have to.
Anyazu.
Cassandra! Are you alright?
I need to speak to Aspasia.
We must find Pericles first. He's busy.
I don't fucking care! Tell me where Aspasia is!
Cassandra!
I'm sorry, Phoebe.
Aspasia went to find Pericles at the Parthenon. She should be there. I think we'd better go with her.
I agree, my friend. I agree.
I knew these two were smart, because some fucker is going to need a doctor. So Pericles finally dragged his useless, whining, self-pitying ass out of bed to go to the Parthenon and beg Athena for forgiveness. And Aspasia's gone to be with him. And there she is. Aspasia, let's you and me have a chat.
There you are, Cassandra. Quickly, Pericles may be inside. What's gotten into you?
Phoebe is dead. She's dead because you sent her to do your work.
No, it's not true. Phoebe wanted to go. She told me she would be all right.
And you believe that child.
You know, Phoebe, she wouldn't have taken no for an answer. It was out of my hands.
Out of your hands? You sent her away. You could have protected her.
What I asked of her was needed to protect Pericles. She lived to help others, Cassandra. She lived to help you.
That doesn't matter. She had to sacrifice herself for others over and over.
And those who sacrifice themselves deserve more glory than any other. She is a hero in her own right.
I hope she knew that.
Aspasia, you're here.
Any sign of Pericles?
If he's here, he's inside praying. He refused to stay safe in the villa.
Things have gotten even worse in the Agora. It's madness.
Speak later and act now. Pericles.
Go!
Hello, little brother.
Pericles. Best stay out of sight.
Well, I did tell you that Pericles died during the plague. Although history records that he died of the plague.
Stay out of my way.
Then again, you could always argue that the cult of Cosmos are a plague upon Greek society, but we're really splitting semantic hairs at this point. All I know is right now I'm in the mood to stab somebody, and it's just unlucky for these two that they happen to be here. Only two guards. Then again, it's Demos. Demos doesn't really need guards. Guards are the kind of things that other people need when Demos is around. Well, I must say that was satisfyingly brutal.
All is lost now.
He was a great man. Perhaps greater than we even knew.
He was a whiny little bitch.
We need to get her out of Athens.
We'll take my ship.
What, we're suddenly concerned about Aspasia
We
now?
have to leave. Don't let him die in vain.
Never.
Well, given the political situation with Pericles dead, Cleon will be making his move. And his first move will almost certainly be directed towards Aspasia. So I suppose it does make sense that we have to get her out of Athens. The question is, where are we going to go? Maybe it's time Aspasia and I have that little chat. Have to make it to the ship first, of course. And Cleon has already sealed off the harbour. How would he know to do that? Unless he knew Pericles was going to die. I may have to revise my opinion about his cultist status.
I'm not going.
Yeah.
Don't let them go.
Consider a couple of important facts here. At this point, the only people in Athens who should be aware of the fact that Pericles has just died are myself, Aspasia, Socrates, Hippocrates, and Demos. Now, aside from Demos, we're all here, and one of us told Cleon that the time was right for him to make his move, and yet he has already sealed off the harbour and ordered that Aspasia be brought to him. It's almost as if he knew this was going to happen. I mean, I was fully prepared to give Cleon the benefit of the doubt as just being another opportunistic scumbag politician with his eye on the prize, but given these facts, it's difficult to peg him for anything other than a member of the cult of Cosmos. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I was looking for an excuse to stab him anyway.
We're going to stay, Cassandra.
What? Why?
My work is here. I can't leave the Athenians in the state they're in.
You don't need us to protect Aspasia.
The city has been taken. This isn't the Athens you used to know.
That is why I must stay. We must begin again.
You're sure?
I have lived as an Athenian, and I will die as an Athenian.
Then do something for me. Both of you.
Of course.
Retrieve Phoebe's body. Give her a proper burial.
Everything she deserves, and more.
Thank you.
I knew I liked these
Time
two
to
for
go,
a reason.
Cassandra.
Her, however, I'm not so sure about. But I do still need her.
And I expect to see you both again, alive.
And as long as I've got her, and Cleon doesn't, well, that gives me some leverage.
The farther we get from Athens, the quieter it grows. As though it's peaceful. But I know better.
I'm sorry, Aspasia, about Pericles and Athens.
You have no need to apologize. For anything.
Too right, I don't. You, on the other hand.
I did everything I could to keep people safe.
No one thinks otherwise, Cassandra. The cult of Cosmos simply had a plan we didn't see soon enough. And they struck when the time was right.
About Phoebe.
No, allow me. Phoebe was my responsibility. I should have kept her closer to me. It was a mistake.
No, I wanted to apologize. It wasn't your fault.
Yes, it was.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. What?
I'll make each of them beg for mercy before I kill them.
Well, she got that
The
much right.
time will come. For now, let us look to the future. Do you have a headache?
I was hoping you would help me with that.
Yes, of course. This woman.
Phoenicas. Her ship was called Siren Song.
Phoenicas. Yes, I know the name. Last anyone had, her ship was docked on the island of Naxos.
Then we go to Naxos.
So, its next stop, the island of Naxos, where hopefully, at long last, before bloody time, we're finally going to meet our long-lost mother, Irene. All that to come in a future episode. If you enjoyed this one, as always, take care. I'll catch you next time. Howdy folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and we're en route to the island of Naxos. Where, hopefully, at long last, we're going to meet our mother, Marini. Now this was always going to be something of a difficult episode to do, because while the events leading up to this point were pretty epic, the plague in Athens, the murders of Pericles and Phoebe, and the events following on from this point are also pretty epic and highly amusing in parts. Our return to Sparta for the first time in 20 years, for example, and finally meeting our real father. This bit, kinda dull. Lots of talking about our feelings. So what I've decided to do with this episode is to just try to encapsulate the important bits. Skip through all of the boring monologues and women crying about their feelings and just try to cut to the meat and bone of what's actually important, while at the same time still showing you some of the touchy-feely bits just to put everything into some kind of emotional context. But I really wanted to try to get the story moving along, because what's coming up is pretty amazing, and I'd like to get there as soon as possible. So, the island of Naxos. All of our investigations up to this point have led us here. This is our best chance of finding out whether or not our mother still lives. You ready for this? We're nearly there. Big moment in the game. We haven't seen our mother in 20 years. Up until recently, we didn't even know she was still alive. Are you ready for that big emotional moment? Because here it comes. You ready? Out of the way, peasant. I've killed better men than you to get this far.
I won't be intimidated. Stop the barracks and double the patrols. If Paros is sending them, I want to know the moment they leave land.
Yes, sir.
Would Archon please the merchants have...
I understand their concerns. But protecting the town and the quarries is what's most important. may all go.
She's wearing the same dress she was 20 years ago. I hope she's washed it. Oh, and she's got some great security there. Shut up, Jingles, you're spoiling it. This is important. Oh, all right.
The meeting is over. When I closed my eyes, I could still see you falling. I thought I had lost you.
Alexios is alive.
I rebuilt my life from ashes. Do you understand? You tell me you're alive. It's really you. It's not some trick of the gods.
No, I found you.
I have to get him back.
He's too far gone.
Never. How did you?
Questions. I want to know about my real father.
How did you know?
I was told.
That's Nikolaos. You saw? Nikolaos was your father. He was the man who raised you. Until he spotted duty.
She mentioned another.
I hoped you would never make this mistake. But there are things you need to know for you to stop it.
What do you mean?
He sought me out before I knew your Nikolaos. I've not heard from him in a long time. What's wrong?
Soldiers from Paros just made landfall in the cove. A small force, maybe a dozen.
Malaka. Timo, gather the troops. Questions will have to wait, Lan.
I want to help.
I assume you can use those weapons.
Better than when you last saw me.
Good. Come.
Actually, it's just occurred to me at this point that I should probably tell you something very important. You see, when I first started doing the Assassin's Creed Odyssey videos, I got up to just after the point where I had murdered my foster father, Nikolaos, on the orders of Greek Ian McShane, not knowing that he was a member of the Cult of Cosmos, and at the time not knowing that Nikolaos wasn't my real father. However, due to various technical reasons, those early Assassin's Creed Odyssey videos suffered from some pretty terrible frame rates. So what I did was ditch all of the video footage that I'd already accumulated up to that point. I think I was around about level 35, although I'd only put a couple of the early episodes up onto YouTube, and started playing the game again from scratch, this time recording decent quality video. But what I did in that second playthrough, this playthrough, was not kill Nikolaos. So at this point, Nikolaos is actually still alive. So we rejoin the action when a small, difficult really call it an invasion force, there aren't that many of them, but a scouting force from the neighbouring island of Paros has just arrived on one of the beaches here in Naxos. Now historically these two islands did have a very, very long-lasting rivalry and were constantly fighting each other. In fact, there's still even something of a rivalry between these two islands today. They're not killing each other anymore, but they're certainly in competition for the tourist industry. They are both phenomenally beautiful islands, and they're both definitely worth a visit if you get the opportunity. Right now, though, we're just stabbing them all. At this point during the Peloponnesian Wars, Naxos was allied with Sparta. Now you might think that's strange, given Myrini's history with her homeland Sparta, but, well, they didn't really have an awful lot of choice because Paris had formed an alliance with Athens, which meant that Naxos had to ally with Sparta if it was going to stand a chance against its traditional neighbouring enemy. This guy doesn't want to go down. Oh, there's another one up there. How'd you like them apples? Oh, there's still at least one more. Icarus is pecking his eyes out. And we're done. I should warn you that there is another touchy-feely bit coming up, so prepare your maxi pads for maximum absorbency.
There's always been a rivalry between the islands. After all, Naxos used to control Paros and Andros. They're envious of our craftsmen, too. And now? They think they deserve expansion. Their oligarch demands their wings spread wide. But we'll clip their wings before that happens.
They don't know who they're up against.
You remind me of Nikolaos. You fight just like him. Ruthless and cunning. He would be proud.
Welcome,
I've never
Mistios.
forgotten what you both taught me. I had a good education.
I wanted you to be unstoppable. And you are.
What happened to you in Argolis after that night?
Thanks for looting.
I found your brother and rushed to a young doctor's apprentice, Hippocrates. I thought I'd lost you. I wasn't ready to lose you both.
I spoke with him recently. That night still haunts him.
I was heartbroken when the healers in Asclepios told me Alexios was dead. The two of you were my whole world.
But he did live. They lied to you.
They must have realized he was
Come
special
over there.
and handed him over to the
No
cult.
one notices me here. We'll save him from the cult, Mother. We'll get him back.
The cult is insidious. Once they have their claws in, they don't let go. I fear he is beyond safe.
I found you, didn't I? I know we can save him. Together. I don't understand why we can't share with our family. What did we ever do to them?
Now that we're reunited, it's no question of what we have to do to them.
They fear us.
I'll kill you.
Your ancestors have been a thorn in their side for generations. They've decided we need to be eliminated to ensure the plan's preservation.
What they've done to our family and the Greek world.
You are mighty, but you cannot defeat that beast with sword and spear alone.
I'll use any weapon I can to make them suffer as we have. I know you were smart. But how did you end up on this island?
I couldn't stop. I had to go to Sparta. I saw an opportunity to help, to grow something. I was elected to rule and protect this island and those who would learn.
Incredible things. Naxos is lucky to have you as its leader.
It's not me that you did, but I'm proud of what you achieved.
It's a pity there aren't more leaders like you. Let's continue this discussion.
Right with me.
Okay, from here on in, I'm going to do my best to cut a very, very long story short. Essentially, Myrini isn't prepared to leave the island until she's sure that it's safe from the depredations of the neighbouring island of Paris. To that end, there are a whole bunch of quests that she wants us to undertake. However, this does kind of align with my own plans, because by a remarkably lucky coincidence, well, we'll just let them explain it.
The cult soldiers would say that we are Paros.
recognize this. It's an old diary. The cult must use it to communicate with one another. You can read it. His money isn't from Syllabus. It's from someone in Sparta.
That's not possible.
I can translate it for you, but his orders come from his mother.
This Spartan nobility has always resisted the cult.
The cult is like water. Any crack in the stone and they will leave.
Sparta stands against corruption.
Sparta has changed since we were there. Corruption spreads everywhere, as Aspasia says, even to Sparta. They want to instill discipline across the Greek world while they rot from within. Their focus won't change.
Still Spartan. So
Are you really?
what's your responsibility? Paros needs to be stopped. But then, yes.
Wait, the leader of Paros is a cultist? Well, you should have just said. I shall prepare my finest stabbing pants immediately. Let's check this sucker out. Member of the Peloponnesian League, Solanos, leader of the island of Paros.
We will destroy your statues. We will burn down your temples if that's what it takes to rid the world of rodents like you.
Well, we're just going to have to see about that, aren't we, Sunshine? Nice gloves. I think I'll take them. And this pussy's only level 22. Well, the game did upscale him to level 38, so that he would be somewhat less of a pushover, but, well, still wasn't that difficult. And on the bright side, upscaling him also upscaled his loot. So rather than inheriting a pair of level 22 legendary gloves, I got a pair of level 38 legendary gloves. So another one bites the dust. And with that business taken care of, and Naxos secure, we can finally get off this very pretty rock and go back to Sparta.